Good evening, everybody. Hi, everybody. Good evening to you all. So, I wanted to do this video today on my YouTube channel. Normally, I would be doing most of my live videos on YouTube, but today I decided to do it here because I feel that, it's something that is very important and that we need to talk about it. Good evening, Gideon. Good evening, my brother. Yeah, so I want it to be an interactive session, and it will be okay if anybody wants to, if anybody wants to contribute to call. I put the number here if you want to contribute. So, my people, what is going on is very, very, very scary and very interesting at the same time. And I wanted us to talk about it, and especially because I don't know, there are so many aspects of it in my mind, and I wanted to do a video and post it, but I was thinking it is better we talk about it, in this interactive session, so we can explore every aspect of what is going on, and we can always continue having that conversation of what is actually going on. So we have heard that in the last couple of years, a lot, you can't take that away. There's been a lot of problems with Fulani herdsmen. There's been a lot of problem, and we have also seen a lackadaisical attitude from the side of the government to take action to actually protect lives. You see, and on the other hand, we also see the possibility of blowing everything out of proportion, you see, and the opportunity to exploit the situation and tilt it to one end or the other, you see. So I think that it is important for the people to understand what is going on. Like I always say, I feel that whatever we are doing, we should be looking at what we want to achieve. I look at the Yorubas as very, 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 very measured people in the way they deal with issues and the way they react to issues. So, yeah, that's why I feel that we need to talk about this. And I don't want to be the only one talking. So, I would really welcome your call. You can call me on WhatsApp. I put the number there, and contribute. And if you are new to my channel, I'd like you to subscribe to my channel. I also like you nonetheless to click the like button and like the video. It helps the algorithm. So, yeah, let us start with what is going on. So I've got some videos from the situation and the scenarios that is playing out there. So I wanted to show you guys some of the videos. I know that those videos are trending and a lot of people have seen these videos, but nevertheless, I think it doesn't hurt if we still look at the videos. So this is the guy that is in. So what we are seeing here are the people of, I think you are not hearing me, the people of Oyo State. Hi, Oyewale, hi. Hi, Folusha, hi. Hello, everybody. So I'm showing you the video of, what is actually going on. So like I said, you are always welcome to call the number and make your contribution because I want it to be an interactive session. So what is going on right now is very interesting. We are talking about Oyo State. There is a governor there, and there is a king there, a monarch there. You see, the people are crying out to the leadership. Look at the problem we are facing. We cannot go to our farm. And the people are crying out to the leadership of the place, and they are not living up to the expectation. You see? And so it can happen all the time. It happens all the time when there seems to be like a vacuum. Something like this will begin to happen, you see? And then an ethnic group, an ethnic section of the country, an ethnic tribe, like we are all Nigerians, first off. And at the end of the day, we all have our ethnic group that we come from. And so, for example, I am Igbo by ethnic, and some people are Yoruba, some people are Bini, some people like first of all, we are our ethnic group, and then we are Nigerians, And so, as ethnic group, you are in any part of Nigeria doing your business or doing whatever you are doing. You should not be seen as a problem, as a trouble to the people there. And if the people there are seeing you as a problem, then that is when the leadership is supposed to intervene, and all these problems can be averted. Ah, really? Whoa, I didn't know that. So at the end of the day, you have a leadership vacuum. It's like the leaders are in another world doing their own thing. You see, and when you have a leadership vacuum, whether it is real or imagined, it is always going to happen that a demagogue will come out and be seen as the savior and will lead the people, however it's going to end. You understand me? So one thing we have to know is it is the duty of the people who are the leaders in that community that are supposed to address the issue that people are raising. If there are criminals that are Fulani herdsmen, that are among them that are actually committing this crime, the leader of the Fulani group supposed to bring them out and hand them over to the government, to the local people, to whoever is in charge. This is something that's supposed to be demanded. And this is something that the Oba, that is something that the governor, the inspector general, this is what they're supposed to do. This is the problem that the leadership, people who are in power just to sit on that place and not do anything. This is what they're supposed to do. And fish out and tell them, who we were having this complaint. Imagine, how can it be that people will not be able to go to their farm? They have to take permission from settlers. It is not good. We have to say it. But is it also good that you are going to summarily put all of them in one basket and judge all of them in one basket? This is the difficult part of the whole thing. This is a very difficult thing right now. And I'm seeing it that it can even play into political aspect, because right now election is coming. Election is coming, and we need synergy from the key players, because if that center that we assume that because a Fulani is there, this is what is emboldening the Fulani, then we need to put our gear together, that this is our goal. After all, the Yoruba nation is over 40 million. The Igbo nation is over 40 million. And there are other southern ethnicity that are also in millions. And we need a synergy at this time. We don't need things that will exacerbate and distract right now. And this seems to be what is going on, you see. And I've also seen that the problem of the Fulani is there, truly. They are a menace in some criminal element among them. But we must not neglect the fact that a lot of people are operating as criminals and hiding under that label of Fulani Herdsmen. Because I've done some videos in the past in this my channel, and I've seen a lot of people where there was kidnapping, where there was armed robbery, and when the culprits were caught, even with gun, it turned out that they were actually not Fulani Herdsmen. And we know in southern Nigeria, robbery, bomo, that has always been, even before this arrival of Fulani Herdsmen. So it's almost like most of the criminals are operating under Fulani Herdsmen. So it is important that we take note of all these things and be able to know exactly what we are fighting against. You understand me? Yeah. Yeah. I understand. I understand. What is at stake. And, I've learned that Tinubu is interested to be president. And I've learned, like the Southwesterners don't want a situation whereby they are going to be looking like, okay, we are not, against Nigeria, for example, and so giving the northern ruling elite the power to or the reason to hold on to the power and say, okay, you people are a menace, you people are fighting against Nigerian state, okay, the Southeasterners, so. Of course, everybody knows it. So you see, there is also that element there. But we need to remember that crime knows no ethnicity. Crime knows no ethnicity. When I was in Nigeria, I remember, this is as far back as early 2000. Then there was all this a night bus. We used to travel with night bus from Lagos to the east, for example. There was so much robbery. Do you know, at some point they will even stop moving vehicle and search it. They will like that time there was no Fulani Herdsmen. But today, all these activities I don't know. I really hope you people will understand me. I'm not saying these people are not doing anything bad, but I want you to understand that very easy to blow things out of proportion, and in so doing, rake up emotion and cause more damage than necessary. You see, and good evening, boss. Yeah, good evening. So what I'm saying is this: when we take this action now, we must know that we don't have to be like them. We don't have to be like them, but it is good to take a stand and say enough is enough. It is important that the people take a stand and say enough is enough, you see. But it is also important that while taking your stand, that you don't blow things out of proportion. You understand me? So we are not in Nigeria again. Everybody is saying it, but how are you going to do it? It's the military that will decide that, because it's only when the military divides. As long as the military is still one front, you cannot, take on the Nigerian military, whether you are Igbo or whether you are Yoruba. But I think that Igbos and Yorubas and the middle belt, they can actually synergize and do something out of it. If they can leave sentiments aside, if they can take emotion aside, if they can look at the facts, it is very, very possible that they can make something out of, that synergy, and get hold of that power. You see, so yeah, I feel very, very sad for the people who have their, land, damage and all those things. But I want to play for you the video of this the Seriki of the Seriki of this area that we are talking about. Just a minute. So right now, I've also heard that the government have asked for his
àwọn fúlàní mi lóòótọ́ wọn mú wọn nípa kìnnìkan ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n nípa kìnnìkan yìí kò bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn ọ̀pọ̀ ṣàgbàrà mo ti wá kẹ́bí mo ti wá kìnnìkan mo ti wá òun ló ṣẹlẹ̀ jù kìnnìkan tàbí ìdìgújalè lọ́dọ̀ wa ń bí ohun tó ń fà á lọ́dọ̀ wa ń bí ń bẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ tó rò mójútó ibi ìwé wàkùsà níwájú bàbá ń bẹ̀ wọ́n wàkùsà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìnyí ó jẹ́ pé kò sírú áfíríkà tí ò sí mbẹ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn kò ṣe pé kò sàdé wọn wá kí ojú ọmọ adigunjalè àwa gan màálù wa lóríṣiríṣi ni wọ́n ń gbé wọn àbá gbé màálù wa wọ́n ń gbé àwa náà ẹnì kan ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kúrò lọ́dọ̀ mi ní ìlà rẹ̀ wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbé tán ní nǹkan lọ́sẹ̀ tó lọ ní lọ́sàn-án lọ́bọ̀lọ́wọ́ wọn wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kúrò lọ́dọ̀ mi ìjọ tọ́lọ́ ti dá àwa gbogbo ìjọba tó bá wà lóde kí n fẹ́ gan-an làwa bá dì àwọn ìtàkù ìjọba ìjọba bá fẹ́ làwa ń fẹ́.
So he has said it that nǹkan tí ìjọba bá fẹ́. My understanding is what the government wants is what they are going to want, and he's right. It is the government that is slacking. It is the government that is slacking, and the people need to go to the government house, go to the Oba Palace, and demand action. Because at the end of the day, if the government tell them this is what you have to do, they will have to do it. And these people are headers, and all along this problem has always been there. During Jonathan time, this problem was there about this herdsmen. Do you know that Jonathan released 100 billion naira for the governors, either million or billion, or to the governors of the southern part of Nigeria, that they should build ranches? Because the argument for that Jonathan had that time was, if they build the ranches, and then the government will build the ranches, that they can take the cattle in the ranches and they will be paying to the government. They said no, that they don't want ranches at that time. You see, because at the end of the time, they need to carry their cattle along, and they are carrying the cattle along the grazing road that they used to have. People have expanded, you see, so there's always this conflict, and while they are there, they have this impunity also with them, and so they are causing havoc in their trail and unnecessary clashes with the people. You see, okay, they say they should build ranches for them. In Jonathan time, Jonathan actually released money for that. This problem was also there during Obasanjo time. Even when Atiku was coming, and Atiku still said that he wants to support ranching. So all of them, they are saying ranching, ranching. So where is the money that Jonathan gave to our southern governors to build the ranches, so that it will be like government funded something for them, so that they can take their cows to that place, you know? But we don't see any of these things every time. And at the end of the time, it is always falling back on the innocent people who want to go to farm. They now have to go and take permission from them. According to them, I don't know if it is true. So as I am right now, I'm not going to say, oh, they are innocent, but I know that it's very easy to put everybody in one box and set it ablaze. And that is why I'm always a little bit reserved, you know. I'm always for fish out the perpetrators among them. So, for example, this brother Samson Moronfolu, he said that the Seriki doesn't believe in what he's saying, that they have evidence against him. So at the end of the day now, you can't blame the people if the people decide to take action in their hands and go and attack the people. And once they are attacking the people, and then the people are going to mobilize and revenge attack, before you know it, crises have started because of the failure in government. I personally, I see this as the problem of the governors, the elite, the obas, the àwọn ìjọba, all of them. This is always the problem that they put people into. You see, imagine they said one of our brother is writing that the Seriki is the one negotiating money for ransom. Then if the Seriki is negotiating money for ransom, that means he's supposed to be arrested. That means he's an accomplice. That means he's a part of a crime syndicate, that they're supposed to arrest him. So if they don't arrest him, then the leadership of that place, the ASP, everybody in that place, they have a problem. It's a fault. Why would they not arrest the people that they have evidence against? You see, there is no need. Like I am against anything that will blow out of proportion and cause massive violence and destroy properties and lives. I don't want it in Igbo land. I don't want it in Yoruba land. I don't want it anywhere on African soil. I don't want all this violence. I want us to be able to look at something and follow the facts and deal with it with with mindfulness, minding the people that we're dealing with. Because as I'm looking at it now, it's almost like there are no criminals again across the South. That is what it's actually looking like. Like there is no criminal again among Southerners. That all the crime is now Fulani Herdsmen. But we know that is not the truth. We know that there are a lot of crime that has been taking place across the South, even before this Fulani epidemic. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is my own observation, because when I was at home, I know that we used to travel from the east to Lagos, and it's always besieged with crime. And especially by the time you are getting to that from Ore to Onitsha, oh my God, it's so hot before. By the time you get to Umunede, that Bini Axis, it has always been hot. So now it's almost like all the criminals in that Bini Axis now are not Fulani. You see, that's why I feel that there is a lot of emotion in this thing, and we are not seeing the danger in allowing this thing to be blown out of proportion. Please correct me if I'm wrong. This is how I'm seeing the whole thing. But above all, I feel that we must be mindful of whatever is going on now, so that we don't lose the mark. The mark is still that 2023 presidential election. So that we must make the alliances that is necessary now, so that we must not lose the mark, and we must not give reason, you understand, to enable anybody to hold on to power. You understand me? And above all, we must not take laws into our own hands, but I still understand the anger and the frustration of the people. Like the whole thing is just, it's a mess. It's a mess because we don't have leaders that are doing what they are supposed to do. What do you want people to do? What do you want people to do? People are frustrated, people are angry because we have elites that want to be driving cars and living in big houses and doing nothing day long, day, year long. It's really, really, really sad. My heart goes out to the innocent people among every one of these people, and my heart goes out to all the victims of this carnage, of this criminality. You see, and my video is just to encourage all of us that in our anger, let us be mindful of other facts that is at play. Dorothy Ibisi, she said I should advise my relatives to that is Fulani, my Fulani relatives. My dear, I'm a humanist. I know that the Fulanis, that they are cattle herders, and we know that there are also elements that are criminals. You understand? And we know that crime has no ethnicity. And we know that in the south, there are people who are from the north, and we know that in the north, there are people from the south. You see? And if the people want them to leave, then it is also fair to say everybody that is a southerner in the north should come down south. That is going to be chaos. You see, it is fair to say all of them should leave Yoruba land. For me, I feel that if they can designate an area for them, like ranching, that they don't cross to where people are, where people farm are, and that there is there is an agreement to them that nobody is allowed to be injured or be maimed around this area. I mean, there is always a way out if we don't resort in jungle justice. You see, but of course, I know that all the things that is going on in along all those areas now, I know for certain that not all of them 100% are Fulani herdsmen. I know that there are other criminals that are taking advantage of the tag, and if you don't catch them, you will not know they are not Fulani. So, in the heat of the anger, a lot of people say, let them go, let them go. I'm not saying that they shouldn't go, but it's hard. you know it's hard for those people among them who are just selling their cow, raising their cow, living their life. I believe there must be some of them that are like that. you know so they are Nigerians. I don't want you guys to have this mindset of hatred and bitterness. For example, somebody is saying, I should tell my relatives, we are all Africans, and we are all black people, and regardless of our ethnicity, we must have that human conscience in us, and we must demand for the government to do what is right and tell these people what to do and put these people in their place. It is what the government is there for. It is not for people to take action by themselves. You see, but when there is a leadership vacuum, because the leadership are not doing what they are supposed to do, this is a problem. You see, and the people will do what they have to do. You cannot blame the people also. You see, you cannot blame the people also. So, but I know that the action that the people are taking is impulsive. It's now, now, now. But I'm talking about what is going to go beyond now, now, now. That is what I'm talking about. Exactly, exactly. That is what we should be saying. So, for example, this Seriki, how can he, a leader of an ethnic group, be the one negotiating ransom? That is very wrong. Just a minute. Sorry, guys, my baby woke up. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I don't know. Sometimes I take positions, or the way I'm talking, it may be like I'm taking side with the offenders, or that I don't see the problem of what people are passing through. No, 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 no. That's not the case. For example, if you look at Nigerians, we Nigerians, for example, you know that, for example, in Asia now, or somewhere like Indonesia, because of the hello, good evening, my brother Jerome. Good evening. Um, I don't know that I'm not saying that they don't have expansionist agenda, but in the long term, because when you do this bringando now, who is in the helm of the government is, I don't know if I'm communicating. I don't know how to communicate this. Like right now, they are in charge of every sphere of the government, Then they're everywhere. Now then get a presidency, now then get military, now then they're everywhere, So in dealing with this issue now, regardless of what you think is their motive, you must keep eye on the end, on where you are going completely. You understand me? So if you are thinking about that having hands, having power, having the presidency, is what is emboldening, giving them the boldness and giving them the power to take over the country. That should be your goal, to get to that place so that you can set things right. Not these immediate things. It shouldn't be the center stage. These are things that should be on the on the fringes. They shouldn't be the center of the discussion. These are a distraction. These are a derailment from the ultimate goal. And because when this is coming now, and there are, for example, look at what Kano is doing. It's almost like putting the Southeasterners completely out of the equation scheme of things, and all those kind of a thing. And if the Westerners go that route, in the end, you're going to have millions of ethnic majority crying about control from a very minimal ethnic minority, because they are very, very quick to lose sight on whatever it is that should be their mark. Eh? You understand me? You understand me? So right now, this is impulsive. It's what you do like a child, Maybe somebody is annoying you, you blow him, you fight now, and then you feel good. And then, what next? You see? So these are like these kind of people, they come and they make it look like something is happening, and everybody, yeah, yeah, yeah. And before you know it, these actions are discrediting the people who could come through this part of the country and get to the center and take charge and do the right thing and get things leveled out. If you say the Fulani see themselves as better, at the end of the day, we have to know that power is intoxicating. You can never know how somebody with power will behave. Look at Buhari before he got power. You see, he was just a kind man. He was drinking sachets, Milo, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's so calm. He is such a frugal man." When you don't have power, you play along and all those kind of a thing, but you can never say how anybody is going to be until they're in charge of power. It's like, for example, when you give somebody a gun, that the person is saying, yes sir, yes ma, and then the person all of a sudden has a gun. There is no guarantee anymore that that person is going to answer you, sir. You don't really know how far somebody can go until they got what they want. You see, so I see that hegemony, and that hegemony is the main problem we are having, and that is actually why we're having this conversation. This Fulani hegemony. But I keep saying it, the Fulani has hegemony. That means, they have power, and power intoxicates. And now they almost have absolute power. And what does absolute power intoxicate? Does it's absolute power still intoxicates absolutely. So what should you be doing as ethnic majorities? Imagine, ethnic majority, millions of people. What should be their goal? Should their goal be crying every corner of the world and saying the Fulani, the Fulani, the Fulani? They make a mockery of themselves. They make a mockery of themselves. At the end of the day, you have to sit down, synergize, and go for it. Go for that jugular. That thing you want, go for it. Stop complaining. Nobody is going to come and take power from the Fulani and give it to you. Nobody will do that. You cannot dictate for somebody that has power. You can't. They will put you in your place. That is what I'm saying. So we need to look beyond now, now, now. Criminality is there, yes. Criminality is there, yes, but it is not only the Fulanis that are committing crime. I've done video. You can. I think I will tag that video on this video where I was doing a video about for example, I tagged it the Igbo Fulani Herdsmen. There were a lot of people who were caught kidnapping, armed robbery, everything, but they were not Fulani. Everybody knows it. That Bini axis is hot. Every time you are trying, everybody knows this. Once you get to Umunede, by the time you get to Ore, you start anticipating. Everybody knows it. Before all this Fulani talk, it has always been a hot affair. Because then I remember in the late 90s, in the 90s, this night travel started and people were enjoying it. Before you know it, crime enveloped it the whole night. If you are traveling in the escort, they will first of all enter, they will take out the escort. Like, it's only people who are much younger that doesn't remember all this. This happened. This is a fact. At that time, there was no Fulani, but I see a lot of people traveling and having encounters with criminals on the road, and they are tagging. You understand me? Fulani herdsmen. And even at this time, there were still herdsmen that are, they do business. They sell cow. Normally, they have cows and they work with their cows. So if they always have their market. If you want to buy cow, onions, they have their quarter. Amawosa, every city, every region, they have it where they sell their things. You go there, you buy. So we know this. Everybody knows this. But right now, there are some people who are bent on derailing our Southerners from the mark. And it will be a shame that they will lose their eyes on the mark. And in 2020, 2023, everybody will come back to square one and start crying Fulani again, you see. Yes, I know this. But do you know right now they say it is Fulani that is in that place? I know this because I lived in the east, and I traveled even as a child from primary school. I used to go to the east, to Lagos, and come back to the east. And then from university time, I used to go to Lagos and move around. From that already, you start anticipate. It's not an easy thing until we come cross Opi Waker. Then you begin to come down from your tension. Really, when you are traveling to the east, this was before all this thing. And we know that, for example, I'm going to show you videos of people who were caught. Like, we have seen a lot of people who have been caught with all this ritual something. They are not Fulani. They are Yoruba. They are Igbos. They have been caught. They are from every ethnic. So we need to say, when it comes to crime, there are two things. We are talking about land grabbing. We're talking about criminality. So, and we are talking about an expansionist agenda. So these are three things. But right now, the ordinary people are robbing everything on criminality, and now it seems like there are no criminals of southern extraction, that all the criminal activities that is going on in the south is Hausa Fulani. I can tell you that this is not true, you see. And then there is the problem of the header, the herders going through farm, destroying people's livelihood. That is a problem that needs to be addressed. You understand me? And then we are talking about the expansionist agenda of this Fulani hegemony. What are we going to do about it? So these are key things that we should think about them constructively and not allow our emotion to overtake us. You see? And yeah, there is a failure in leadership, and you see a lot of people rallying around in the moment now, in the moment. And I've seen that the community, the Hausa community, where they have lived, they live, their community was attacked, and a lot of things were burnt down and something like that. Yeah, you know on the one hand, you can say, okay, you northerners, you've been doing all these things, and you've been attacking southerners in the north all the time and all those things, and so we can prove to you that we are up to it. Nobody has monopoly of violence. But on the other hand, it can also be something that we that a retaliation at some point, and this is going to be used as a reference point to say, at a time like this and like this was what happened to our people who settled in this area. So at the end of the day, it's like two elephants fighting and the grass bearing the brunt. Yeah, exactly. You are getting my point. Thank you so much. So my point is, whatever we are doing, we should not forget our humanity. We should not forget our humanity. We should not forget that at the end of the day, we are black people. We are black people, and when we take laws into our hands, we should take it in a measured way, not like showing the world that we cannot get along, we cannot condone each other, we don't value each other, because that is the kind of picture that the world will project outside and say, look at them, look at what is going on, look at how they're hacking themselves and all those things. They don't value themselves, they don't honor themselves, and it will be like, okay, we can't also condone you or harbor you or respect your humanity, because you don't even acknowledge the humanity of your own people, you see. So in general, I feel that it is time for the governor of Ondo State. And the good thing about Oyo State is the Lamidi, correct me if I'm wrong, Lamidi or Lamido of Yoruba land, Oba Lamidi or something like that. Thank you so much. I think, yeah, the Oba, So at the end of the day, the good thing about the Yoruba land is that they still have the Oba, the monarchs. So in issues that are sensitive like this, I would expect the governor to delegate the monarchs, because there are monarchs in every region, and there is a chief monarch. This is something they can do very quickly. This is something the monarchs who are in touch with the locals can do and take care of the situation and not allow it to blow out of proportion, so that it doesn't meddle into the political aspiration of people who are from the southwest, who want to go to the center, so that it doesn't derail the overall, will I say, goal or expectation or outlook, And of course, the monarch are still under the leadership of the governor of Ondo State. I think this can really be controlled without resorting to jungle justice. So, my people, let us say no to jungle justice. Jungle justice is time that it is, abhorred and, relegated to the past. Jungle justice has no place in a world today. Please, my people, let us take measured action. It is okay that people are angry. I do not blame the people who rise up in resentment against this negligent leadership that they have, experienced and have lived. But at the same time, I would really like to employ my Yoruba brothers and my Yoruba sisters. Please temper justice with mercy. Don't take jungle justice to make two wrongs wrong. So two wrongs cannot make a right. Two wrongs make two wrongs. So this is not what we want. We want a conflict resolution that also acknowledges the livelihood, the livelihood system of both the herders and the farmers, because at the end of the day, they still have to graze their cattle, because that is where they live from, they eat from the cow. And the farmers also must have the possibility to go to farm without fear. And the farming region doesn't have to be a place that people cannot go and come out. So we want peaceful resolution, and we want the government to step up to the plate, and we want the people to be measured in the way they respond to issues like this, and they don't take actions that will escalate the whole thing beyond repair, and above all, that they don't resort to extreme jungle justice. Thank you so much, my people. I don't know if anybody wants to contribute to anything. Otherwise, I will end the program here. Been talking for almost 45 minutes. So yeah, if you want to add something, you can let me know. Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, my people. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, smash the like button, and yeah, I think as the whole story is evolving, is something we can always continue to talk about, and it's important to sensitize our people and say that it doesn't make sense when ethnic nations that are in millions are crying over ethnic nations that are in a minority. Actually, it doesn't make sense. It means there's something we're supposed to be doing that we're not doing, and we need to sit back and think about what it is that we are not doing, and then get a roadmap, and think about how do we want to achieve what we want to achieve, and never allow little things. It's like when your father is doing something important and having a business or something like that, and then maybe he walks in, and then there are children are crying, they need attention. He still doesn't allow all those things to distract him. He continues with what he's doing, so that he will get the goal that he's desiring, because at the end of the day, there are always things that are going to happen on the side, but it's important that we put in place the mechanisms that we can use to be solving all these things, and put rules that everybody must abide by, you see. And you see, we even have I was thinking that the Amotekun was supposed to take control of this kind of issues. So yeah, please, my people, whatever we do, we must be mindful not to blow everything out of proportion, and we must be mindful to say no to war, no to war, no to war, no to war. Not in Nigeria, not anywhere in Nigeria, not in Igbo land, not in Yoruba land. No to war. This is my position. I'm against war. I'm against war, because when you go to that war and come back, you are still going to come back to that negotiation table. So please, my people, let us temper justice with mercy. Let us recognize our humanity, and let us know that there are crime and there are criminals, and ethnicity does not determine your crime, you see. Oh, they do understand law. They understand law very well. They understand law. Yeah, yeah. They have to. Yeah, Nigerian government, and especially the Buhari presidency. Buhari presidency has actually failed in curtailing all this problem, because he gives the notion that he's in sympathy. In fact, will I say he's even acting it that he's in sympathy. For example, look at everything that Boko Haram is doing. What he does is to rehabilitate them. That is very wrong. You see, and then you see what we are seeing with these herdsmen and all those things. And we are talking about ranching, and they have always been talking about this ranching, and they give out money for the ranch, and they will embezzle the money. This same government, you see. So you cannot actually blame the people for lashing out. So my appeal is to the people is, when you lash out, don't lose your humanity. Please, my people. Good evening, Grace Joyce. Good evening. You see, so don't lose your humanity when you lash out, please. Let us remember that regardless of our differences, we are still black people. We are still black people. And the Fulani people, I don't know them, I don't, but when I was younger, I know that they used to carry their cows around. I remember when I go to my grandmother's house is not very far from the major road, So, leading to the market to Umuahia. So when like you just know that you hear footsteps of the cattle. I think maybe in the midnight, maybe 3, 4, 5. I don't know how early. We always hear them. They will be going on the road. They say, they are going to the. I think they go early. I don't know. So, and then in the morning, for example, when we want to go and fetch water, we'll be seeing a cattle pool. So it is not a recent thing. So I'm really surprised that Fulani. I know that even in Omahia they have Amawosa. I know, and I think they also have it in Owerri, in this Owerri market. I'm not so conversant with Owerri market. So these are just regular normal people, but are there criminal people? Of course, just like in other ethnic groups. And could there be a political element of political intention being advanced through all this? It is a possibility. But at the end of the day, crying about it on the fringes, on the side, is not a solution. The solution is working to make sure that you get there and take charge of the reins of power. Yeah, my people. Yeah. If the government is not decisive in taking action, in doing what it's supposed to do, it's going to be a genocide of the Fulani. And how it is. It never ends there. When after you deal with the Fulanis, who is next? That's why I don't condone all this complete generalization, because who is going to be next? Are you going to say the next to be purged that are Igbos? And then maybe you say the next group to be purged that whatever group you choose. You see. So the way we feel the pain, for example, now in I think Indonesia was trying to say this before, in Asian countries they are rounding up Nigerians, for example. I don't know how true that is, because of course the criminal activities of some of them. And so the kind of one hand touches the oil, it kind of rubs over the rest of the hand. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think that that is the right approach. Yeah, there are always people who are criminally minded. There is a possibility there is a political agenda going through it. But still, at the end of the day, it's still the people who have the political power that will still determine what is happening. So our goal should be eye on the map, to get to the political power that will have the power to change things, to steer things to the way we want. You understand me? Yeah, yeah, and they are very fierce people also, they have a history of warfare and all those kind of a thing. Yes, yes, Nigeria government need to do that. Nigeria government need to do that, really. I'm really not saying that the people that are angry don't have a reason to be angry. No, 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 that's not what I'm saying. And I hope everybody will understand me. So yeah, let us really, really take heed. The Southwest is a very important part of Nigeria, and I don't want it to be engulfed in conflict, and especially not now in the midst of this pandemic. So please, Seriki, whoever is in charge, the Oba of Oyo, the governor of Oyo State, Makinde. Up until now, I've always been hearing good things about the governor. Please, I know you guys can do it. Please take control. Do not allow, anybody to hijack the situation and blow it out of proportion. Let us be measured in our response. Let us not forget our humanity in doing all this. And let's try not to resort to jungle justice. So I want to say thank you to all of you, my people. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and we'll continue with this conversation in another video so this one doesn't drag out too long. I would like to say bye for now. Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's true.